Hey, it's Jazzy Video Store Sasquatch here, and I'm doing another Monday morning review. I went and saw The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tune movie directed by Peter Bromgard, starring Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Petunia Pig, and the Invader. Porky Pig and Daffy Duck are Earth's only hope when facing the threat of an alien invasion. Porky and Daffy, the classic animated odd couple, turn into unlikely heroes when their antics at the local bubble gum factory uncover a secret alien mind control plot against all odds. The two are determined to save their town and the world. That is, they don't drive each other crazy in the process. This movie is actually like not bad. It is a cartoon all the way through. Wasn't expecting that. I would have loved to have been to see like a live action, like kind of like how they did with Back in Action and Space Jam and stuff like that. But I get the point of what they're doing here. I think they're doing the cheap movie, trying to see if there's any like if they can at least get some money back, and if they can, they'll put it on HBO Max and stuff, and then they'll get their money back. And then we'll get hopefully the one that's already made, Acme Danger back in Acme or something like that. That's made and on the shelves, been on the shelves for a couple of years now. That is live action. I remember as a kid watching the back in action because yeah, I think so. I think what yeah, 2004, 2000. Yeah, about I've been a kid, teenager, watching that one, um, and thinking, yeah, damn, we get like a whole bunch of cool Looney Tune movies and Looney Tune stories all throughout it. There's been a couple Looney Tune things here and there, but nothing like major since then. And that's like 20 years. So it's like in 20 years, there's been like maybe a handful of projects with the Looney Tunes involved, including the second Space Jam, which kind of involves more of the whole like Warner Brothers um um gallery than they did the Looney Tunes, like the original Space Jam, which is fine because they're updating it and everything and making it what it is. And that's cool. I like that movie. I like the new one, the new Space Jam Legacy. I still, even after Legacy, I thought maybe we get a couple more movies. We just never got them. I just think that the timing for Legacy kind of hurt it. So kind of hurt in the box office. I think Back in Action didn't really do very well. I think the one that came out, I mean, there's a couple of maybe that came out between they didn't do very well. So like Warner Brothers are very hesitant. Plus, there's like problematic characters of Looney Tunes, I guess you could say, with stereotypes and stuff like that. I think that yeah, they're there, but I think that I never saw it as mean spirited um, when it was around. And I think that some of the stuff you clean up and still have some of the problematic characters that the Looney Tunes offers in there. I'm surprised we got a whole movie here, and then what they didn't break Bugs Bunny out at all. Because it's the old G, the old G. He is the Looney Tune pretty much, but whatever. I give it overall B. I mean, it's just it's like watching the old Looney Tune cartoon. Except they talk a little bit more. Um, Daffy Duck was a little bit more self reliant or self situated. Like he knew more about himself than he should. Like I can hear him because you know what I mean. Like, cause that the whole point of Daffy Duck is he thinks he's number one. And I feel like this one is like very like self conscious about like where he was and who he was. Unlike other ones, I thought that was pretty interesting approach. Porky Pig's funny in it. Petunia Pig and him and like him trying to get rid of Daffy Duck at times to like hit on her. Kind of classic stuff. A couple like classic like fourth wall breaks in between stuff to like kind of like break out some tension and help like move along the story. Of course, the the original thing you think is the bad guy really isn't the bad guy, and like it goes on into like he was like trying to help her because like I don't think anyone really wants to sit into a Looney Tune movie and like watch like the bad guy, unless it's like like Marvin or something. He's getting like owned by bugs or you know what I mean? Or Yosemite Sam and he's getting owned by bugs. Whoever it is, as long as they're getting owned by bugs, they can be the enemy and they can be about as bad as they need to be. I think if you go back and look at some of like the old classic reels with Bugs Bunny, you just forget about how funny those is. Cause I was watched a couple of them through the week just to kind of get myself in the mood because I wasn't gonna go because I didn't. This is the first week that this movie was in our theater, even though it was a week. It was out last week, so it was the first time I was able to see it. I kind of was like, well, I don't really. I don't go see Snow White. Nothing against Disney. Nothing against like the whole thing about it. It's just I'm not like I wouldn't go see Snow White. You know what I mean? Unless I had a kid. If I had a kid, I would have probably went and saw Snow White just to like let him or her see the movie. I saw the movies as I was young, so like see the whatever movie medium that they're using now is fine. We all know what Snow White is. We all know the story they're doing. It's the cartoon one. So, you know what I mean? And I think there's a couple of things that they changed that were problematic. And that's like the controversy. And then plus what Rachel said throughout the, filming stuff. And then like, I'm not really a big, Alto Night De Niro slow burn, like, sit through a guy. I feel like the Alto Nights is gonna be like a slow burn, 2 hour, like just like just pretentious stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna stay away from that one. And then Locked, I could have probably went and saw, but I saw a couple of things just in the preview of it, like the license plates and stuff like that. Like, let me know it was in America. And it's like the one thing that kind of like just bugs me about some of these movies is like, let's just at least get into America in some way, or make it at least feel like it's in America, and like what I mean. And then like on top of it, it would have been a lot of Skarsgård for like an hour and a half, and I'm not even sure that I would have liked it. This one, the Looney Tunes, so it goes back to this little winds up with Looney Tune movie. Um, we don't do a lot of cartoons. It's probably the first and only cartoon we do from the theaters. Probably that we even really cover like that's a full on cartoon. But it was Looney Tunes. It was worth watching. It was funny. It had the classic gags in it. It had the classic stuff in it. It had and the music behind it. It's always cool. It's always cool how they like animate it and they get the feel for the music and the characters like perfect. So that's always cool to watch, especially with Looney Tunes. I think more people should have went and saw it. I looked at the numbers already I was just interested in seeing what the numbers were going to be this week, and maybe no, it didn't do terrible. It did like what I would have expected it exactly it to do. Actually, it did 2 times better than I expected it to do. Its opening weekend, and then what it did to like this weekend is what I would have expected it to do this opening weekend. So it did better, and I think that's why we got more of the talk of the new the new action one coming out, Acme or whatever. Um, I saw a couple like just maybe pictures of it or clips of it or maybe because it's already made and done. It has to come out. It doesn't come out around the pandemic time or maybe a little bit after the pandemic time, and it just never did because Warner Brothers just held on to it, afraid that like it wasn't gonna make money. So maybe like this will like kind of like cool it out and like we'll just be able to just watch it at least and they'll put it on Max or we'll get another quick Looney Tunes movie and I'll definitely go see that and then maybe it'll just kind of catch fire and we'll kind of maybe get a new Looney Tunes movie a year, a new Looney Tunes movie every 2 years or something like that. That'd be awesome. That'd be the goal for this guy for sure. And so yeah, I did. I went and saw The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tune movie directed by Peter Braungart. Definitely worth your watch. Definitely find it on streaming services when it comes out. It'll be on HBO Max for sure because it's WB. So look for it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please comment any of your favorite like Looney Tune characters or anything like that in the comment section. And have a good rest of your day or night. And please like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comment section. And see you next time in the cave.